4 Mini Horror Attacks by Colton Dennis. Trapped. A car appears driving, stops then turns off. The doors open then shut. Alfred Alexander and Victor McCormick appear. The car hatch opens. All right, we head that way for a few miles. Then we'll see the cave, said Alfred. All right, I guess we only grab what we need, asked Victor. Yeah, said Alfred. Should we leave our cell phones, asked Victor. It won't do much good for us. There won't be any service inside the cave, said Alfred. The car hatch shuts. Both Alfred and Victor walking. Alfred stops. Why'd you stop, asked Victor. 'Cause we're here, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor staring at a cave. Nice cave, said Victor. All right, let's get climbing, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor walking inside the cave, stop then open their backpacks. Victor pulls out some rope. Where should I tie this, asked Victor. To that rock over there. Then when I get across, I'll pull it nice and tight, said Alfred, hooking himself up. Be careful, said Victor. Always am, said Alfred, climbing across the ceiling of the cave, then grabs a rock. The rock breaks. Alfred loses his grip. Alfred! Yelled Victor. I'm all right. I'm hooked up, remember. Alfred grabs another rock then continues climbing across the ceiling of the cave. All right, your turn, said Alfred. Victor climbs across the ceiling of the cave then gets to the other side. Alfred pats Victor's back. Man, look at this cave, said Victor. Yeah, and I believe we're the first ones here, said Alfred. Shall we continue on, asked Victor. Alfred smiles then nods his head. Both Alfred and Victor walking. I can't believe this place, man. Look how big and open it is. Victor puts down his backpack then opens it. What are you doing, asked Alfred. I want to take some pictures, said Victor, pulling out a camera. The camera continuously flashing. Victor walking, stops then raises the camera. The camera flashes again. Bats flying out of the darkness. Both Alfred and Victor laying on the floor of the cave. I think that's enough flashing, said Alfred. I think you're right, said Victor. The cave floor starts shaking. Both Alfred and Victor grabbing sides of the cave wall then look at each other. The cave floor stops shaking. Must have been a tremor, said Alfred. Victor puts the camera into his backpack. The cave floor starts shaking again. That feels more like an earthquake, said Victor. Maybe we should get out of here, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor walking then stop at a two-way. I hope you remember which way, asked Victor. Of course I do, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor walking down the left tunnel. Footsteps walking. Are you sure it's this way? I don't remember seeing these on the walls before, said Victor. This is the way, trust me, said Alfred. I do, I just don't remember this way. The cave floor starts shaking again. That seemed closer, said Victor. Come on, the faster we get out. The faster we could leave, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor walking. Is it getting hot? Asked Victor. Yeah, it is, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor get to an opening, then look down. Lava appears. Oh my God, said Alfred. I told you we went the wrong way, said Victor. Sorry Victor, I really thought it was this way. Let's head back, said Alfred. The cave floor starts shaking. Alfred loses his balance, falls off the cliff, then grabs the ledge. Alfred, give me your hand. Come on pal, I ain't leaving you, said Victor. Alfred grabs Victor's hand. Victor pulls Alfred up. Thanks, said Alfred. You'd do the same for me, said Victor. Both Alfred and Victor stand up, then start running. Footsteps running. Go to the left this time. That's the path, said Alfred. The cave floor starts shaking. Rocks start falling from the ceiling of the cave, then block right tunnel. No. Shit, what now? Asked Victor. Head back the other way. We'll have to cross the lava, somehow, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor turn towards the left tunnel. The cave floor starts shaking. More rocks fall from the ceiling, then block the left tunnel. Damn it, we're trapped. We're trapped, what now? Asked Victor. We can't lose our heads. We have to dig our way out, said Alfred. Rocks being moved. Victor groaning, then stops. That's it, I give up. We won't be able to move all of them. We're gonna die in here, said Victor. Don't say that, I don't want both of our parents thinking we're dead. Now, just continue digging, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor appear sitting on the cave floor. Man, I can't move another rock, said Victor. Me either, but we need to try. Before we pass out and die, said Alfred. What a way to go. Just falling asleep, huh? Asked Victor. Yeah, said Alfred, closing his eyes. A police car pulls up, stops, then turns off. The driver door opens, then shuts. Officer number 1 looks at the car. Hey Sheriff, I'm up here by Death Ridge. I found an abandoned car. I think there must be hikers up here, said officer number 1. I'm on my way, said the sheriff. Both Alfred and Victor groaning lowly. Al, sorry for blaming you, said Victor. Vic, I'm sorry for bringing you in here, said Alfred. Both Alfred's and Victor's vision goes blurry. Rocks explode. Smoke clears. Both firefighters and officers walking through the hole then see both Alfred and Victor. Firefighter number 1 kneels next to Victor. I got a pulse. But it's weak, said firefighter number 1. Get these two out of here and to the ambulance, said officer number 1. Stretchers being loaded into the ambulance. Victor opens his eyes, then sees Alfred. Alfred smiling. Welcome back buddy, said Alfred. Victor smiles then laughs. Let's never do that again, said Victor. Or next time, we take your path, said Alfred. Both Alfred and Victor laughing. The ambulance drives away. The end. 6. A house appears. Georgia Williams appears, then places a crucifix. Homer Kane appears walking into the living room. "Are you all set because we're ready in here?" said Homer. "Yes, I'm ready," said Georgia. Footsteps approaching. Kent Miller, Marcia Hamilton, and Michael Goodwin appear standing and holding equipment. "We're already here, sir," said Michael. "Good." Homer turns towards the couch. Sophia Burgess appears. "Are you sure you want to do this?" asked Homer. "I just want this thing out of me." "And I trust you," said Sophia. "All right, come here. Sit into this chair. All right, I want you three to start recording once Georgia starts the prayer." "Sophia, you know you could change your mind about this," said Homer. "No. Like I said. I trust you," said Sophia. "All right." Homer straps Sophia into the chair, then turns off the lights. "Let's begin," said Homer. Georgia starts chanting a prayer. The cameras turn on. Sophia groaning. Kent puts on the headphones. A demonic voice talking in a different language. Sophia continues groaning, then goes limp. Georgia continues chanting the prayer. Homer walks towards Sophia. "Is she dead?" asked Marcia. Homer feels a pulse. "She's alive." "Sophia, can you hear me?" "Sophia," said Homer. Sophia raises her head, then her eyes turn black. Homer stands up, then steps backwards. "You're pathetic, pretending to be a priest. Just so you could talk to the dark side. Be careful what you wish for, priest," said Sophia in a demonic voice. "You're the demon, aren't you?" asked Homer. "Of course I'm the demon." "Who were you expecting, Houdini?" asked Sophia in a demonic voice. The house starts shaking. Sir, what's going on?" asked Michael. "I don't know," said Homer. "It's her, she's doing this," said Kent. Sophia looks at Kent. "My, you're so handsome, that you'd be raped in hell," said Sophia in a demonic voice, then starts laughing. "Sir, can we stop now?" asked Kent. "No, not until this demon is gone," said Homer. Sophia looks at Homer. "You want me gone? You can't remove me from this vessel." "I'm attached to her soul," said Sophia in a demonic voice. "Georgia, got any ideas?" asked Homer. "Just keep praying," said Georgia. "Pray all you want, bitch. Because nothing can stop my demonic power," said Sophia in a demonic voice. Georgia reaches into her pocket, then pulls out a small bottle full of holy water. "In the name of the Father and the Son, I demand you to remove yourself from this woman's body. I demand you leave and go back to where you once came," said Georgia, throwing the small bottle of the holy water. Holy water lands onto Sophia. Sophia screaming in a demonic voice. The house continues shaking. The windows start breaking. Glass lands onto the floor. Cabinets falling onto the floor. All five looking around. Georgia continues throwing the small bottle of the holy water. Sophia continues screaming, then goes limp. Homer kneels next to Sophia. "Sophia, are you all right, Sophia?" said Homer. Sophia raises her head, then her eyes turn back to normal. "I think you did it, Father. I don't feel its presence inside me anymore," said Sophia. "That's good. That's really good. Is everyone else all right?" asked Homer, looking up. All four staring at both Homer and Sophia with black eyes. "I told you, priest, you can't get rid of me that easily," said all four of them in demonic voices, then start walking towards both Homer and Sophia, screaming from inside the house. Police cars appear outside the house. All five standing on the porch next to each other. A stretcher being loaded into an ambulance. "What happened here?" asked officer number 1. Homer Kane was an insane person. Me and my friends were doing an exorcism on him. He thought poor Sophia was the vessel of a demon. In reality, it was him. So, last night during the ritual, he got possessed, then tried attacking us. We had to defend ourselves, officer, said Michael. Demonic possession. I'm supposed to believe that? Asked officer number 1. Believe what you want, officer. It's the truth. You have 5 witnesses against your word, said Marcia. All right, I guess I got what I needed. Enjoy your day, you religious freaks, said officer number 1, walking away. All 5 of their eyes turn black, then they smile. The end. Serpent's Lair. Footsteps walking. Come on, keep up, said Audrey Arnold, appearing. I'm coming, honey. Just need to tie my shoe, said Brian Reynolds, appearing. Deborah Rice and Emilio Page appear, kissing. Oh, how sweet. Could there be another? Asked Lindsay Morales, appearing behind both Deborah and Emilio. Shut up, said Deborah. Lindsay smiles. Megan Logan appears, then raises a camera. The camera flashes. Hey, better keep up, or Audrey will kill you, said Brian. I'm coming, said Megan, following behind. So, where's this place we're going? Asked Lindsay. It's called Serpent's Cave. It should be around here somewhere, said Audrey. Why do they call it Serpent's Cave? Asked Lindsay. 'Cause of all the snakes inside it. Audrey stops, then smiles. There it is, said Audrey. A cave appears in the distance. Did she just say snakes? Asked Lindsay. Yeah, she did, said Brian. Don't worry, Lindsay. Not even a snake would want to eat you, said Emilio. Shut up, Emilio, said Lindsay. You know, you have a better chance of falling in the cave than you do of being bitten by a snake in a cave, said Megan. Thanks for those facts, said Lindsay. All 6 walking then appear outside the cave. Here it is, said Audrey. Well, let's go check it out, said Emilio. Just be careful, Emilio. We don't know what's up ahead, said Audrey. I'll be fine, said Emilio, falling off of the ledge. Emilio! Yelled Deborah. All 5 running towards the ledge, then see Emilio laying on a lower step. Emilio laughing. Got you, said Emilio. Deborah hits Emilio. You had me scared, said Deborah. Sorry babe, it won't happen again, said Emilio. You promise? asked Deborah. I promise, said Emilio. Both Deborah and Emilio kissing each other. All right, pull out your flashlights and let's get going, said Audrey. Backpacks opening. Flashlights being pulled out then being turned on. All six walking into the cave. This place is wonderful, said Megan, stopping, then raises the camera. The camera flashes. This place must really be old, said Brian. Yeah, definitely, said Audrey. Hey babe, ain't this your mom? asked Emilio. Deborah hits Emilio again. Emilio laughing. All six continue walking. I thought you said, this place has snakes? asked Lindsay. It's supposed to. Maybe they're down further. If they are, maybe we could avoid them, said Audrey. How far does this cave go? asked Brian. Audrey pulls out a map. I'm guessing a few 100 yards. But, I'm guessing, said Audrey. Brian looks at the map. Wow, it goes on forever, doesn't it? asked Brian. Lindsay walking. Rattling sound. What is that sound? asked Lindsay. Flashlight shining. A rattlesnake appears. It's a rattlesnake. Be careful not to get close to it, said Audrey. Trust me, I won't, said Lindsay, walking away from the rattlesnake. All six continue walking. Flashlights shining. Well, looks like it's a dead end, said Brian. That means we can go back, said Lindsay. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Why make the map so big, if the cave stops here? asked Audrey. Who care, let's leave before we run into another snake, said Lindsay, turning around. A snake appears, then hisses. Lindsay screams, then falls onto the cave floor. Megan appears holding the snake. Sorry Lindsay, I didn't see you standing there, said Megan. Why are you holding that thing? asked Lindsay. What, this little guy? He can't harm you. He doesn't have any venom in his fangs, said Megan. What kind of snake is that? asked Audrey. A Barbados thread snake. Harmless little thing, said Megan. Emilio looking at the cave wall. Emilio, come check out the snake, said Deborah. Emilio turns around and steps onto a rock. The rock moves. The cave floor starts shaking. What the hell's going on? asked Emilio. Earthquake, said Lindsay. No, that's not an earthquake, said Megan. Look. All six looked the cave wall. The cave wall moves. A secret passage. That's why we couldn't go any further, said Audrey. All six walking down tunnel. Wow, this tunnel is pretty big. And it goes in one direction, said Brian. That's what caves do, said Emilio. No, I mean caves usually have different grooves. This one's smooth and a straight shot. Almost like something made it themselves, said Brian. Yeah, you got a point, said Audrey. Maybe it was a machine, said Emilio. Machines might cut straight. But, usually if someone's operating it. There's usually a groove somewhere, said Brian. He's right, there's no such thing as a perfect line. And same goes with a hole, said Megan. So, what could have made this? Asked Deborah. Whatever did this, is probably long gone by now, said Brian. All six walking then get to an open space. Thrones appear. Oh my, those are thrones, said Audrey. Like a king and queen. Never knew there were kings and queens underneath the ground, said Brian. Yeah, they're dead and buried, said Emilio laughing. Hey, do I have to punish you? Asked Deborah. Oh, please do, said Emilio. Megan staring at the walls. Did you find something? Asked Brian. Yeah, these writings on the walls. They're fascinating. It looks like at one time these people ruled above ground. And they worshipped snakes. Any type of snake. But the one they worshipped the most was Pseudonaga textilis, said Megan. Which was? Asked Brian. The brown snake. Brown snakes usually grow up to 4.9 feet long. But someone once found a snake that was 7 feet long, said Megan. Are they dangerous? Asked Brian. Brown snakes are lethal. Especially their poison. If one lived this big like the drawing, we'd be dead, said Megan. Hey guys, look, I'm the king, said Emilio. Yeah, the king of disrespecting the dead. Get off their throne, said Audrey. But mommy, said Emilio. All four laughing. Emilio, said Brian. All right, all right. Emilio goes to stand up, stops then sees a lever. What's this? Asked Emilio pulling lever. Thudding in the distance. All six looking around. A cave wall moves. Flashlights shining. The cave wall stops moving. Nice work, Emilio. You found another passage, said Audrey. Hey, I'm the door finder, said Emilio standing up then starts walking towards the tunnel. Maybe we shouldn't go down there, said Megan. Maybe Megan's right, said Brian. Oh, what's gonna happen? Asked Emilio turning around. Hissing in the distance. All six looking down the tunnel. A giant brown snake appears. Oh my God, said Audrey. The giant brown snake hisses. What should we do? Asked Brian. I suggest running, said Megan. Run, said Brian. All six running. Deborah trips. Emilio helps Deborah stand up. I got you, baby, said Emilio. The giant brown snake hisses again. Both Deborah and Emilio look up at the giant brown snake then scream. The giant brown snake eats both Deborah and Emilio. Oh my God, said Audrey. All four running. The giant brown snake follows the group. I hate snakes, said Lindsay. Hissing in the distance. Lindsay stops then points her flashlight. The giant brown snake's shadow appears on the cave wall. Lindsay turns around, bumps into Megan then continues running. Megan groaning, feels around for her glasses, grabs them then puts them on. Hissing from behind Megan. Megan slowly turns around. The giant brown snake staring at Megan then hisses. Megan screams. All three running then stop. Megan, oh my God, said Audrey. We can't stop now, said Brian. All three running. Brian stops then looks back. The giant brown snake appears. Brian opens his backpack. Brian, said Audrey. Keep going, I'll distract it, said Brian pulling out a flare. Audrey running. The flare get lit. The giant brown snake hisses. Brian swings the flare back and forth then laughs. The flare goes out. Brian looks at the flare then at the giant brown snake. The giant brown snake hisses. Both Audrey and Lindsay running. Screaming in the distance. Brian, said Audrey. Lindsay continues running then goes through the opening. Audrey, hurry up. Audrey running. Come on, said Lindsay stepping onto the rock. The cave wall starts closing. The door, said Audrey. Audrey, hurry. The cave wall shuts. Shit. Audrey. Hang on, I'll try to find the button, said Lindsay. Audrey hitting the cave wall. Hissing from behind Audrey. Audrey turns around and looks at the giant brown snake. The giant brown snake hisses. Lindsay feeling the cave wall. Banging on other side of the cave wall. Audrey screaming. Lindsay covers her mouth. Oh my God. Oh my God. What do I do? Lindsay sits next to the cave wall. Oh my God. All my friends are dead, said Lindsay starting to cry then stomps her feet. The rock gets stepped on. The cave wall starts moving again. Lindsay falls backwards onto the cave floor then looks up. The giant brown snake hisses. Lindsay screams then gets pulled into the tunnel. The giant brown snake slithers out the tunnel then hisses. The end. Pain in the Grave. Halloween Night, 1994. People walking. Cecil Andrews, Georgia Page, Leonard Spencer, and Lucille Clayton appear. So, Halloween night and there's nothing to do, said Cecil. Hey, I have an idea. Let's have sex. You know, me and Lucille. And you and Georgia, said Leonard. Yeah, like saying it that way will help you, said Lucille. Oh come on baby. I love you, said Leonard. Saying it to other girls might work. But, it won't work with me, said Lucille. Damn, said Leonard. Hey guys, let's check out the graveyard. It's supposed to be creepy, said Cecil. It's always creepy, said Georgia. Yeah, but on All Hallows Eve, the spirits of the dead come back to roam the earth, said Leonard. Exactly why I suggested it, said Cecil. I'm not walking through some cemetery. Especially with these new shoes, said Lucille. Oh, come on baby. It'll be fun. Halloween night, a graveyard. Come on, said Leonard. I don't know, said Lucille. What could happen? Asked Leonard. Yeah, come on Lucille. I'll go if you go, said Georgia. All right, since Georgia is going, said Lucille. All four walking then stop in front of the gate. Look at this. It's locked, said Cecil. Don't worry, I know another way in, said Leonard. All four walking then get to a fence. Nice entrance, said Cecil. Quiet, now don't tell anyone about this. My older brother showed me this, said Leonard, moving a rod out of the way. All four crawling through the fence. Nice trick, breaking and entering, said Lucille. Oh, come on. Like people have never done this before, said Leonard. All four walking. Look at these gravestones, said Georgia. I have stones, said Leonard. Yes, and you have the biggest of them all, said Cecil. Thanks, said Leonard. But, your pecker needs some work though, said Lucille. Leonard looks at Lucille. Oh yeah, said Leonard, tickling Lucille. Lucille falls onto the ground. Leonard lays on top of Lucille. Both Leonard and Lucille looking at each other then start kissing. All right, we'll leave you two alone, said Cecil. Thank you, said Leonard, watching both Cecil and Georgia walking away, then looks back at Lucille. Lucille kisses Leonard. Both Cecil and Georgia walking. Sorry you have to spend your Halloween in a graveyard, said Cecil. Hey, no matter where you are. That's where I want to be, said Georgia, kissing Cecil. A person wearing a goblin mask jumps out from behind tombstone. Both Cecil and Georgia scream. The goblin mask gets taken off. Otis Welch appears. Otis, said Cecil. I got you both good. You would have jumped into heaven if I didn't remove this, said Otis. Give us a minute, said Georgia. Footsteps approaching. Marlene Bishop, Mindy Hanson, and Steve Frazier appear. Did you scare them? asked Marlene. Yeah, I did, said Otis. Marlene hits Otis' arm. Do that again. And I'll take away what you like doing to me, said Marlene. Sorry, said Otis. Are you guys all right? asked Marlene. Yeah, said Cecil. What are you two doing in a graveyard? asked Steve. Leonard thought it was a good idea. Since it's Halloween, said Cecil. Oh, the dead come back to Rome, said Otis. Where is your little friend? asked Steve. Busy, said Cecil. Doing what? asked Steve. You mean, doing who? said Cecil. Lucille moaning. Leonard stops. Lucille, I need to tell you something, said Leonard. Don't stop, Leonard, said Lucille. Lucille, seriously. Lucille looks at Leonard. I love you, said Leonard. Yeah, I love you too. Now, keep going, said Lucille. Leonard goes down Lucille's body. Lucille moaning then gets louder. A hand rises from the ground and grabs Lucille's face. Lucille screams. Wow, you must really like this, said Leonard, looking up. A second hand rises from the ground and grabs Lucille. Lucille struggling. Leonard stands up. Lucille gets pulled underneath the ground. The hands grab side of the hole. A zombie appears. Leonard's eyes widen, walks backwards, then bumps into a second zombie. Zombies moaning. Leonard screams. Screaming echoes. All six look. What was that? Asked Mindy. It sounded like Leonard, said Cecil. All six running. Leonard! Leonard! Yelled all six of them. Georgia looks, then sees the hole. Cecil, come here, said Georgia. All five approaching, then see the hole. Do you think the ground caved in? Asked Mindy. Maybe, but what's underneath the graveyard? Asked Cecil. Probably a mine, said Otis. Steve walks towards the hole. Careful, Steve. We don't need you falling through either, said Mindy. Steve stomping onto the ground as he slowly walks forward. Solid ground here. Steve kneels next to the hole. You know what, it might lead into a mine. Because the hole is pretty deep, said Steve, looking at all five of them. A hand grabs Steve, then pulls him into the hole. Steve, said Mindy, running towards the hole. Mindy, don't be stupid, said Georgia. Mindy looking into the hole. The zombie jumps out of the hole, goes to grab Mindy, then misses her. Mindy screams, then runs. The zombie climbs out of the hole. Run, said Cecil. All four running. Wait, where's Mindy? Asked Marlene. Footsteps running. Mindy stops. Moaning in the distance. Mindy looks around and sees zombies. Oh my God. Mindy runs, then gets to the fence. No, no, no. This isn't real. This isn't real. This isn't, said Mindy. Screaming in the distance. Mindy, said Marlene. Come on, this way, said Otis. All four running. Cecil stops. Wait, the fence. Remember what Leonard showed us, said Cecil. Let's go, said Georgia. All four running along the fence. Two zombies tackle Otis, then bite his face. Otis screaming. Otis! Yelled Marlene. Come on, Marlene. He's dead, said Georgia. All three running. Zombies appear walking around the graveyard. All three stop. Marlene looks back. We need to think of something, said Cecil. Otis, Otis, said Marlene. Otis is dead. Now focus, said Georgia. A figure appears in the distance. Oh my God, guys, look, said Marlene. All three look. Zombie Otis appears. Oh my God, said Cecil. I know, it's my baby. Otis is alive. I told you, said Marlene. Marlene, he's dead. We need to leave, said Georgia. No, he's not dead. Let go of me, said Marlene, punching Georgia, then runs towards zombie Otis. Georgia, are you all right? asked Cecil. Yeah. Marlene! Yelled Georgia. Marlene running towards zombie Otis. Otis baby, you're alive. I love you baby. Please don't leave me, ever, said Marlene, hugging zombie Otis. Zombie Otis moaning then bites Marlene's shoulder. Marlene screams. Marlene! Yelled Georgia. Let's go, said Cecil. Both Cecil and Georgia running. Zombies continue moaning. They're everywhere, said Georgia. Damn, and they're blocking the fence, said Cecil. What do we do? Asked Georgia. Cecil sees the mausoleum. This way. Both Cecil and Georgia running towards the mausoleum. Zombies moaning. Both Cecil and Georgia get to the mausoleum door, then push it open. The mausoleum door slowly opens. Zombies approaching. Get in, said Cecil. Georgia runs inside the mausoleum. Cecil gets inside the mausoleum, then tries shutting the door. Zombies getting closer. The mausoleum door shuts onto zombies' arms. Cecil gets scratched, then shuts the mausoleum door. Oh my God! What do we do? Asked Georgia. Wait until morning. They should leave by then, said Cecil. I love you, Cecil, said Georgia. I love you too, Georgia, said Cecil. The sun rises. People walking through the cemetery then see the mausoleum door open ajar. The mausoleum door opens. Zombie Cecil appears eating Georgia's body, turns around and growls. A gun fires. Zombie Cecil gets shot in his head, then falls on top of Georgia's body. I hate kids on Halloween. They don't let the dead rest, said man number 1. A sign gets uncovered from the weeds, then reads, Do not enter, the dead rise on Halloween. The end.